Yo, major trade update. Garrett Crochet, All-Star Garrett Crochet has been linked to the New York Yankees. We're going to dive into the interest of Brian Cashman in the front office in adding the potential All-Star lefty to the rotation. But before we start, hit that subscribe button. The subscribers are flying in. The channel's blowing up as expected. We're about to hit 500 subscribers pretty soon before you know it. But keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep coming on this journey with us right here. Yankees Digest bring you all things Yankees. But let's dive right into it. Crochet makes the Yankees better. Absolutely. There's no doubt about it. Garrett Crochet is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Bronx Bombers at the trade deadline. Starting pitching, bullpen pitching, a bat. We've covered it all here on the channel. But let's focus here today on Garrett Crochet and how he makes the Yankees better. And shout out to Zach Bakar of the Bleacher Report. He was one of the first to break the news about the possible interest or disinterest of the front office to Mr. Garrett Crochet. Again, all-star lefty for the Chicago White Sox. I watched the All-Star game. It was full of just stars on top of stars. It was a great game. AL pulling it out as always. You know what I mean? But this is a guy that helps the Yankees right now. And let's dive right into the stats. Because the stats do not lie at all. Look at this, a 3.02 ERA. Look at that, but let's focus on those strikeouts. Focus on the 150 strikeouts. The swing and miss is something that is always a good thing in your pitching rotation. And you have that with your two top guys. You have that with Garrett Cole, of course, King Cole. And you have that with Luis Heel when he's right. But swing and miss is a problem for Rodon. It's a problem for Stroman. And it's definitely a big problem for Nestor Cortés this year, who we'll get to later. Don't worry. I got a lot of sauce for him. But this is right what the doctor ordered for the Yankees in terms of a swing and miss pitcher that is going to give you length and is going to give you some dominance in your rotation when Cashman pulls the trigger. So the numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. This is exactly what the doctor ordered for the Yankees at the trade deadline. This is definitely one of their premier targets. It should be, if you ask me, if Brian Cashman had half a brain. But let's see what Jon Heyman had to say about the possible addition of Mr. Crochet. According to Jon Heyman of the New York Post, one person he spoke with said the Yankees are not that into Crochet. Heyman noted that the Los Angeles Dodgers, the San Diego Padres, and the Baltimore Orioles have all been linked to the 25-year-old. So, let's discuss that right there. And then they'll segue into the next point. But again, you got a swing and miss guy. You got somebody that can give you length. And you got somebody that can absolutely add to what you have in your rotation with Luis Heel, with, of course, Garrett Cole and Carlos Rodon, your three top guys that you'd trot out in a best-of-5 or a best-of-7 postseason situation. So it's a no-brainer to me, but, that last part mentioned there by Jon Heyman about other teams being linked, that's a perfect segue. And the Yankees need to play some keep away. They need to play some keep away like their lives depend on it. Because that quote right there sums it up by Mr. Heyman, that the Dodgers, the Padres, but most importantly, the Orioles are all linked to Mr. Garrett Crochet. And, this was also reported by Mr. Zach Buckley of the Bleacher Report. Shout out to Bleacher Report and shout out to the Zacks, for supplying the assists here. But again, when your competition has their eyes set on an all-star player, your antennas need to be up, because if you run into them in the tournament, that's who you're going to be playing against. And let's dive even deeper into the quote. And this is straight from Zach Buckley himself. So there's a 25-year-old pitcher engineering a full-fledged and fully dominant breakthrough season, and the Yankees aren't interested, but their direct competitors are? In what world does that make sense? Make it make sense. You know what I mean? And, Mr. Buckley is spot on. You don't allow the ops to get better. They're going to get better, but when you have your eyes set on somebody that there's a good chance come tournament time, you're going to see if you don't pull the trigger. If you get bounced out in round 1 or 2 by a Garrett Crochet in a game 3 or a critical game 4 or critical game 5 or insert critical game, you've got nobody to blame but yourselves. And miss me with the prospects, because the Yankees farm system is plentiful. All right, this isn't a situation where they're holding on to a Volpe. Other than Martian and maybe Spencer Jones, not too many untouchables in that Yankee farm system. So this is what you don't do. You don't turn around and let the ops get better. And this quote is spot on. In what world does that make sense? In what world, in a best of 7, you go up against the Orioles, and in game 3 or 4, you now have to go up against an all-star pitcher? You already have Burns, already one all-star pitcher for the Orioles. You want them to add another one? And the O's they've got the prospects, including Jack Holliday, to get whoever they want at the trade deadline. So with this being a win now mode for the Yankees, you don't let a guy like Crochet go to the ops. You don't let him go to the Orioles, or you don't let him go to the Dodgers. I mean, Yamamoto, he's on a 60-day DL. There's a very good chance the Dodgers might pull the trigger and listen, we don't know if Yamamoto is even going to pitch again this year. Let's go let's go add another superstar to our team, as they are absolutely in win now mode, really for as long as Shohei Ohtani's contract lasts, and Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and the star, the Suns and the Moons, and everyone else they have there. So no-brainer. This is something that the Yankees need to add Crochet, not just because he's good and because he's an all-star, but because your direct opposition to you getting that 28th World Championship, they all have their sights set on him as well. So this John Heyman mentioned it. I mean, the Yankees kind of playing it coy, they're not into it, or just play. I don't like that. And you at home, you shouldn't like that either. This is an all-star player with a couple years of control that Yankees need to pull the trigger. They need to get this guy, because if they don't, he very well could be at Camden Yards giving you headaches come tournament time, or at Dodger Stadium giving you headaches if the Yankees make it to the Fall Classic. So we're going to bring things on home, but before we do that, once again, hit that subscribe button. The subscribers are they're blowing up this channel as expected. Again, we're closing in on 500 pretty soon. Hit that subscribe button. We're giving you the best of the best right here at Yankees Digest, bring you all things Yankees. Hit that subscribe button. All right, but without further ado, let's bring things on home. Nestor Cortés replacement. That's what I see. That's what I see this move as. I see a guy in Crochet who's a dominant lefty, who's giving you what Nestor Cortés gave you a couple years ago, in years past, dominance. I don't trust Nestor Cortés. I love Nasty Nestor. You guys know how I feel about him on this channel. But the Nestor Cortés of this season, I don't trust him. No, I don't trust him. He's been too much Jekyll and Hyde for me, for my taste. And again, he is number 4 or number 5 in the rotation come postseason time. I wouldn't start him. Of course, you don't start him over Garrett Cole. That goes without saying. Rodon's been a little up and down, but I trust Rodon right now more than Nestor. I trust Stroman more than Nestor. And I trust Luis Gil more than Nestor. So he's the bottom of the barrel, if you ask me. You get a guy like Crochet, that solves that problem. You can move Nestor over to the bullpen, because if you need to get a couple big-time lefties out, or you need some bridge work to a revamped back end, with Clay Holmes and Ian Hamilton and some of your top tier guys there. That's where Nestor belongs. I don't trust him starting a postseason game right now. I just don't. I don't care if it's at the stadium. I don't care if it's at Camden Yards. I don't care if it's at Boston. I don't care if it's in Seattle. I don't trust Nestor right now. And men lie, women lie, numbers don't. That 3.67 ERA is gross. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. And again, if you're allowing as many hits as strikeouts, that's a problem. That's a problem. And again, 8.3 hits per 9 innings is not good per start. If you mean to tell me that the opposing team is almost guaranteed almost 9 hits, that means a hit per hitter. You're not a playoff caliber starter right now. And Crochet, again, what Crochet gives you as an all-star, as a dominant 25-year-old stud right now, he gives you an upgrade over Nestor Cortés. And maybe even an upgrade over Rodon. But with Rodon's contract and the fact that he has been better in spurts this year, I trust Rodon more than I trust Nestor. I don't trust Nestor Cortés. I'm sorry. I don't know how you guys feel. Comment away. I'm pretty sure there's a good number of you that feel the same way, feel some type of way about Nasty Nestor, because he's just been nasty, but not the good type of nasty, the other type of nasty that we don't like on here. No, we're shaking our heads. You know what I mean? But that does it here for this jam-packed episode of Yankees Digest, bringing you all things Yankees. We're going to have tons and tons and tons more content for you guys here as we navigate through the trade deadline. The alerts are coming in. The moves are coming in. The rumors are flying. Brian Cashman is not going to sit on his hands. He is going to be active, and we're going to cover every step of the way right here. So continue to subscribe, continue to like, come on back on this journey with us, and we'll continue to give you the best of the best. Nothing but the best here on Yankees Digest, bring you all things Yankees. This is Ugo Onyianta. Thanks for tuning in. Peace.